I could have been dead, and it was all over a bitch and getting my dick sucked. I was gonna take this shit to my grave. Now I was gonna make the right decision for a change. Main chick versus side bitch. Chapter 20. DeWayne. Blurting it out was the only way I could think to do it. With the sun creeping through the window, I had never been so sure of anything in my life, not even the first time that I proposed to her. Kiera, will you marry me? I thought about it all night. This was the only thing I could do. She could barely rub the sleep out of her eyes before I asked her. I stayed up all night at Kiera's house. Way after she went to sleep, I prayed for the first time in years and thanked God for giving me another chance. I went back to the last thing I could remember, which was Jenna sucking me up, and then the lights from the other car and the sounds of metal crashing and crumbling. The shit made it impossible for me to close my eyes, and that meant I was doing a lot of thinking. I could have been dead, and it was all over a bitch and getting my dick sucked. I was gonna take this shit to my grave. Now I was gonna make the right decision for a change. I was just talking last night, DeWayne. She sat up looking at me. I wasn't really serious about us getting married. Just because I'm pregnant, you don't have to marry me. I knew I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I felt like it was the right thing to do. But I want to. I know I don't have to, but I'm tired of all this bullshit. That was the truth. I had clothes all over the city, from Arian's to my mom's and a few places in between. I just wanted one home and a place to lay my head. But what about everything in my job? I squeezed her hand, thinking about the night that I found out about what she did. Yo, that shit hurt me. It hurt me bad, Kiki, I ain't gonna lie. I stretched my neck, the soreness getting worse as the hours went on. Yeah, and you've hurt me too. I nodded hearing that. We had hurt each other, and there was no way of turning back the hands of time on that. Let's just forget that shit. Let's start over with this baby. I rubbed her stomach. Nothing was there yet, but soon her flat tummy would be a belly full of my baby. I could have lost you last night. You gotta be more responsible, baby. She was right, and nobody needs to know what really happened, especially not Kiera. The shit between her and Arian at the hospital proved it. I had to get my shit together. I was on her side of the bed, down on one knee. I want to do it, baby. I want to marry you. Let you have that big wedding you always talked about. Maybe I was thinking about the shop and how I needed some help if I was bringing another shorty into the world. But what about that bitch being pregnant? I thought about Arian for a brief second. Thought about Kiki punching that bitch so hard that I felt it. I'm not worried about her. I wasn't. But she probably wasn't going to get an abortion anymore. That was the shit we went through sometimes in life. But that's if her baby was even mine. Hell, I didn't know if this baby Kiera had was even mine. Shit was fucked up. But she was going to get a nigga back on his feet, especially now that I didn't have a car. The truth was, I needed Kiera. So why not make her my wife? She just trying to trap me, Kiera. I was blinded, baby, but I want you. I've only wanted you. I've been tripping. I squeezed a tear out of my eye to show her I was for real. Yes, I'll marry you. She was crying in my arms, but then she pushed me away, her eyes big as she fought to make it to her feet. What? What's wrong? She didn't answer as she ran out of the bedroom. Seconds later, I heard the noises of a woman with morning sickness. It was official. I was going to be a daddy again. I waited a few minutes until I heard the toilet flush and the faucet come on. This would be my life for a while, but it felt good to be back with Kiera. This was the only chick's house that I would call my home. Baby, you okay? I called after her from the bedroom, already planning out the next 9 months of my life. Kiera was going to want to have a big wedding. I already knew that. I laughed thinking about me in a tux and her in a dress with a big baby underneath. She didn't say anything but returned with a smile. I'll marry you under 2 conditions. Anything, baby, just name it. 1, we get married today. I swallow hard. Today? How is that even possible? We can get our marriage license and have one of those judges in District 6 do it. I know one that owes me a favor. I felt my hand pound as she said that. But what choice did I have? Okay, why not? If you want today, Queen, then you get it. My mama would probably pass out when I called to tell her. But she loved Kiera and always said she was the one I should pick. Now she was going to get her wish. Now, what's the other thing? I asked her. Now I'm feeling tired and my body's starting to ache even more from the whiplash. I asked her, now I'm tired and my body's starting to ache even more from the whiplash from the accident. I want you to fire that bitch. My eyes opened up wide. What bitch? I played stupid, but the look that Kiera gave me told me that she wasn't playing. Okay, she's gone. It's just me and you, all right? I pulled her close and hugged her. And I want all the other bitches gone too, DeWayne. The girl really didn't know me. Baby, it's just me and you. I mean it, DeWayne. I know you can't be faithful, but marriage is something different. It's sacred, she said, and I agree with her. Kiera, it's just me and you, baby, I promise. I said, but my mind drifted to Jenna. I wanted to call her, but I lost my phone in the accident. They took her to a different hospital, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on with her. Plus, we made a vow that we would only have minimal contact. She was just a bitch I was fucking, not my woman. I knew she wasn't dead, and that's all that mattered. Yeah, boo, I promise, just me and you. I was aching bad now, my back hurting, and she squeezed me. Not too hard, boo. I'm still fucked up. I gotta go see about the car and get a new phone. Don't worry about all that, Mr. Coleman. Mrs. Coleman will take care of that. She laughed and pulled me into the bathroom. You take a hot shower to loosen up your muscles. I'm going to call the insurance company and get the ball rolling to get you a new car. I love the shit out of this girl. There wasn't nobody like her. All right, boo, I love you. I love you. You hear me, Mrs. Coleman? I peeled off my shirt as she turned the shower on for me. Okay, baby, I love you too. She gave me a kiss as I squeezed her ass and then she was gone, leaving me alone in the bathroom. This was the life, having a down-ass bitch in my corner with enough bread to put a nigga back on his feet. I was still gonna be the same me, just a little more smarter. If I would have known all I had to do was marry her to make her happy, I would have done that shit years ago.